What's up, everybody? Bohan back with another quick review on this rainy day in North Texas, Austin, Texas. Today I'm going to be looking at another great, fantastic toy that I am just in love with. Rihio, or however you say it, line of toys. They're basically it's more of a building kind of system and less of just a toy. You know, it's meant for you to customize and to change stuff around and all that kind of stuff. So and it's much more toy-like than other. What did I miss here? It's much more toy-like than the other kind of Gunpla kits and other toy kits I get. They're even more toy-like, I think, than the Kotobukiya kits, the Hexagear and all those. The plastic is very heavy duty. It seems to be really powerful. Stiff. I've maybe broken one or two pegs on all of my little kits here. So today I thought I'd take a look at it. This is the Sky, of course, strange names here, sky-limulus and ground Horsefoot. Now, unfortunately with this, you're not getting both necessarily. You are, but you can build kind of one or the other. This little section here is actually this section here. So this little guy folds up his legs, or his two legs, I'll show in a minute, and plugs in here, and then you have the sky-limulus part. That would be this. There's a lot of plastic here, but it's mostly just these kind of big, heavy pieces. I just followed the instructions and built what it said. From the side, it's much less. There's much less to it. Inside here, you've got this area, which is kind of the drop pod or carry area or whatever. So it's really not. You don't get stuff here. But the idea is that these are going to be just kind of like literally a transport for the other armor and stuff like that, the vermin crusher and all those other kits, which I have over there as well. I'm going to show you how it works with some smaller ones. So it's really you're mostly getting you're really kind of just paying for a cool potential system, but also these really wicked. Big green wings and everything. So it's a fantastic addition for the price. I think it was a typical price of a vermin-slasher. I think it was around 30 something or whatever. And I got quite a bit of plastic. But let me show you here. I can't remember exactly how this guy comes off. This is the mech part underneath, and he literally attaches. I think he just attaches underneath here. Yeah, right here. So it's really not. I believe that's it. It's not a really tough peg. It's just a slidey part. You just like that. Let me set that there. But what you get is you get this cool, in fact, I might have this backwards. This might need to go front. But anyway, you get this kind of cool mech little guy here, walker guy. No, this is just one of the things you can build. You can do other things with it. Just as a point of reference, I'm going to attach these to the carrier once I've got it reassembled here. And I've got the little hooks what I did is I pulled the hooks off of the bottom of the carrier right here that just slot into there. And I just attached the guy's hands to it. It's a little bit easier than trying to do it while it's attached. But I'm going to show you what these two look like. But it's another cool little mech. At very minimum, you get the parts that you need to build some other stuff. It's not perfect. There are occasional tolerances on there that are a little bit rough, but as you can see, just from this little mech guy, the parts you get are just really, really cool. You get some guns and some other neat stuff. But the idea is that basically he attaches here. Where does he go again? Oh, it's right there. So he kind of slides up in there. Let me see if I can get that slid up in there. I'm trying to look at the phone and see what I'm doing so I'm not doing everything off screen. It's kind of hard. Once you get it in there, it's pretty tight. These plastics all go. They're kind of almost a rubberized plastic, not quite, but they're very sturdy. And I like how this part kind of molds into there. It kind of gives you help to see where it's at. Well, why is that off like that? Oh, there we go. That's why a little part. So that kind of folds in there, and then that looks cool. And then the idea is that you fold up the legs. See if I can do this. It might not work that great. I think you turn these. No, actually, you leave those that way. You fold them like this, if I'm not mistaken. Basically like this, like basically fold it up. You fold that down to help keep those locked in like that, pretty much. Something like that. I think these actually go up a little tighter. But either way, you fold up those legs, fold up these legs, It doesn't have to be. I'll do it more precisely later because I don't think I'm going to be, displaying it with the folded up stuff. And so the idea is that these legs fold up. That does bug me though. I think I do need to make those sit up in there right. But there it is. The legs fold up. It's a carrier of other bots, and then it can kind of lift off, and then it can kind of become its own. There we go. It's more like that, something like that, if that makes sense. Just the parts you're getting, though, you're getting enough to where you can kind of just build whatever you want. But the wings and stuff are here. They're so cool that I could imagine you could build a giant, a big bat thing or whatever. But what I'm doing is I'm taking these parts here, these black parts, and they actually just slot up underneath here. You just kind of go like this. And then let me slot one on the bottom first. There we go. And then you just slot this one like this. You can do it however you want. Oh, and look, his hand fell off. Well, let's get that off later. So excuse me. The idea is that it's a carrier for these bots, and I just put it like this, like they just grab on and they just literally, let go when they're over their target or whatever, and they fall like this. And these are just the other smaller kits, rihio kits that you can get. These are a couple of them. I've shown reviews for these before too, so if you want. So when they land, shoo, boom, but they do all the cool sounds that they make. They land and they're ready to go. Or you can use this big guy. Grab him off the shelf. And this is the vermin-slasher. I haven't even messed with this yet, but I believe what he does is he reaches up in here, and you can fold down these little parts, and he literally grabs onto those and is carried into battle or whatever like that and dropped, and he's boom. The idea behind, from what I understand with Rajeo, I don't know, I haven't been able to read a lot of their lore except through Google Translate, so I haven't got the best grasp on the lore, but I believe the idea is that these aliens, like beasts and stuff, rule on this planet, and these different mechs are designed to fight them. Some of them, though, of course, are more industrial style stuff. Like this little guy here, I think, is a really industrial bot, but he has guns and stuff that you can add on there. But so just with the plastic you're getting, I think it's really cool. If you want to keep this mech off, you have this kind of empty looking front, but I do believe there's some ways that you could probably cover that up. As a matter of fact, I'll bet you could remove this part here off of the front like that. And I'm wondering if you could somehow, there's so many extra parts, you could somehow put that there and fill it in, and then you could have your kind of ship thing as well. I did get a ton of extra parts, of course, as usual. So I've gotten all these extra parts right now with Rajeo stuff. So I've got an entire box, and I've got some more on the way that you can see, using all these parts in combination with this great big thing, you could probably make all sorts of neat stuff. I like this idea. This isn't bad. It's kind of primitive. It doesn't really work amazingly well, but it's just an idea. And then the fact that you could take this little guy and make a whole extra, bot out of it, or combine it with other ones or whatever, is just really, really cool. He could be like a smaller soldier. In fact, in the instructions here, it shows you at the end how to make like some cooler walkers, and it shows how to do ones with the arms that you're basically using the legs, the rear legs on the ship. This part here, you're basically using these legs that you can just snap off, just smack them off, and then you can use them in conjunction with this one as arms, on the side or whatever. So it's more, like I said, it's more of a modular system than it is a set in stone system of toys, or set of toys. So I would definitely pick them up. I've got, I think, 3 more coming on the way. One of my favorite little kind of startup toy lines. Definitely go check them out. Worth the money, 100%. Rajeo, not bad at all.